Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go through the two different scenes. We have the 3D scene. John knocked that out first. We're not seeing a ton here right now. What we're just seeing is this is just some of the modular assets that we're going to be using. So this is sort of just the base wall that we'll see copied over and over again. And then with these beams and pillars, still kind of working out the color scheme of everything, but this was a lot more complicated and kind of overdone, and I came to the conclusion that less is more. There's more than just these are what I call 8 by panels because it's 8 blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got a 6 by block, which will have some variations to it, whatnot. I call this one a 2 block. And then there's another one here that's a 3 block, and obviously these pillars. Still the doors and the door panels to do. So there's still a lot of 3D assets to bring in, but this one room here I've been using to kind of experiment with the style and layout and lighting. So there's a lot of lighting that's gone through. I've added in these kind of blue panels. So this is, again, just kind of a taste or kind of a look at what the levels will look like and sort of the theme. I've managed to capture sort of this almost like concrete looking feeling to some of them, and then this has this beam's easier to see, but there's like wear and tear and everything. And this was achieved through Substance Painter. So that's all I have from the 3D side. But there's a lot of progress being made with the door panels and the doors and everything. Where there's the most progress is obviously with the, and I need to turn off this grid view, is here with the hacker side. And actually I need to adjust the viruses. There's a virus, and I keep getting that pop up. There's a virus system that's been set up, and initial wait time, I'm going to set that to 60 seconds before they actually start coming in. This, for the most part, I would consider this 90% done all the way through. This null here wouldn't be here. This has been here for development testing, and then sort of the stuff that we see around here also would be changed up. Again, this was just testing out to see how I like it, and make sure I turn the fire one on so that we don't get those viruses yet. Here is sort of my tip bar, so you can cycle through these tips here that will kind of show you what to do next. These windows actually blink and highlight when it's kind of letting you know that this is something that you've got to look at. It's the document module. I've managed to get this expanded so that you can actually see what it is that you're looking at. So depending on what it is, you can expand or close that document so you can read it, put it up, and this is a lot of documents between the hacker and the operative that they'll use. With all of these windows, you have to make sure that your RAM usage, which is here in the top right, doesn't exceed too much. I've started to put in emails. This is where the hacker and the operative both will get a lot of information and kind of see what it is that they need, so on and so forth. You can get codes out of that. This is the code module. All these numbers are shifting. You have to match up. So here 7791 would match the 301, and I think I've already, 0919, the 2488, that's the consistent one. 0919 2488, and it's only in quad B1. It's difficult to know what you're looking for unless you have that code, which here would be 0919. So you don't come into this code module until you know what you're looking for. And again, this is from the hacker point of view, not the 3D point of view, obviously. This is the dual control module. So the idea here is that the operative would have controls for the up and down, and the hacker would have controls for the other one. You got to go through and plug in these modules, and I can actually do this one pretty quickly. See if any of them are up here. Nope. I have these arms that extend out. C2 at. So wait, I know this one goes here. That one goes there. Then C2 is down at the bottom. I don't like those overlays because they're actually in the way now. So that was supposed to be D1. So anyways, you're supposed to plug all those in. When you plug them in, the game is then complete. So it's a little mini game that you can play there with the operative and the hacker. These are the objectives. This is just kind of a quick, if no one knows what to do, this is the order in which things need to get done. Probe controls is still working on this. This will control the robot that will go around the level to help the operative. It's the map module. These are the two cameras. We can see them rotating, and then that little icon there is the probe. Obviously we would have an icon here for the operative so that the hacker knows where the operative is. This is a knowledge base. Just need to populate this. This all works. But this is where, again, if the hacker or the operative gets stuck, this is another thing that they can come to, is the connect module. So after the operative plugs in this USB, this would turn from red to green, and you can transfer a virus. In fact, we're going to show that virus in just a little bit. Chat module, you can chat in between, back and forth between the operative and the hacker. And then here at the bottom is where we would see chats rolling. So again, just need to populate this, but the chat is working like it should. So again, it just says A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. I would fill that in with text, so their story. And then the interface module. This is for when a hacker would plug into another computer. They would then have access to all the files and whatnot. So that's what this interface is. So these are all of the tools that the hacker will use to help the operative get through the level. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to disable the firewall so that we can get the virus. We can show the virus in a second. But I want to show the overload. So the overload happens when you put in too many, have too many open at the same time, and this is kind of your penalty. If you are running too many modules at the same time, you have to wait. So, and then I think actually I just restarted the initial wait times. There's a wait time I've just put in so that the virus doesn't hit the hacker just the very second that they start up. There's like a buffer time between when they start to when the viruses would actually hit them. And then this is the virus module that you would use to capture it. So literally here you would capture this virus. This is what a representation of that virus would be. And then if you have the connect module up, you can actually transfer this virus to the connect module. And then this connect module would be how you overload the servers so that you can then get a door rolling. I might have to stop and restart in order to get a virus going. We're going to take this down to 5 seconds. So the virus will start in 5 seconds. The way the virus works is there's just going to be an overload of pop-up windows. And so then the operative, or the hacker, will have to deal with those firewalls. Yeah, initial wait time is over, so it's about to start jumping. We're going to get a warning here saying that the viruses have started. And again, this is if the hacker doesn't have the firewall enabled, which at one point, that's actually an objective. You actually do want the firewall to be turned off so that you can encounter a virus and you can capture it. And then that capture is what ultimately will, I might need to force this to give me a virus. Let's see if, yeah, that's what's happening. Virus wait time, max min. it's taking forever. So we'll do the minimum wait time for a virus is 10, and the maximum will make 12. So let's start that over. So 5, and we make this 10. Let's make the minimum 8. So we should get a virus a lot quicker now. And this is all the probability of whether or not you'll get a virus. So that's the intention of all of those numbers, is when the viruses start and how often you'll get those viruses and what the probability is for each. Yep, there's the warning for the viruses, so the viruses are going to start pouring in just a hot second. Here we go. So we have to start moving all these viruses, these pop-up windows out of the way, and there's going to be, here we go. Yep. And so I stopped the virus. So that's initially how you, oh, and what you would do is you would actually enable firewall and you would get a notification that a virus has come through. So if the firewall is enabled and this pops up, then you would have an opportunity to grab a virus. So that's what I have so far is the devlog of everything that's gone into the game thus far. There's a lot of tweaking, a lot of polishing, a lot of explanation, because this all makes sense in my head, but putting it together in an intuitive way that the hacker and the operative can work together is a different story. So there's definitely a lot to iron out, but at the same time there's been a shit ton of progress. So proud of both parts of it. Still a long ways to go.